this much hail in March. Really? Don't think the plants have had enough yet. Well, welcome back to Bonsai Diaries. As you can see, this is the little alder, and today I need to do a repot, not because the roots are packed here. I only started this tree last July, and I didn't realize then that July is actually a really bad time to actually be doing the initial repot. But now I know better. So it is just the end of February, bud swell is happening, and it's a good time to try to get rid of some of these exposed roots that I don't want exposed. These tiny little roots, I don't want these exposed. The birds really like this mixture of pebbles. They steal it all the time. They drop them on the deck. So I want to add some more organic material, and I want to add some more moss on top to try to keep that from happening and try to keep the water loss down to a minimum. Now the tree itself is actually done pretty well. It's very healthy. The leaves before it dropped its leaves, which wasn't too long ago, the leaves were really great. So I am going to trim it just a little bit today. I have chosen my trimming spots. Here, let me back here for a second. Now when I look at the tree like this, I like the sweep of the branches, but it's too big. It's too big and it's getting too unwieldy. So what I'd like to do is give it just a little bit of a chop right here and let this smaller branch become the bigger branch. And then I'm going to choose a spot on this branch to pluck. And I'm still not sure where the best place to do that is. Very hard to think about. I will do the repot first and see if I can get some more insight on how it should look. I would also like to have this tree leaning a bit more. So as I repot it, I'm gonna bend it this way, just a little bit. Get my sweater off. I'm doing this in the greenhouse today, not much room in here, but unfortunately I'm getting some sun, but the sunshine is so interspersed with rain that I just cannot be outside today. So let's see. I did not wire it, so ooh, nice root mass. Look at that. And the roots are starting to curl around there. Very nice roots on this. Not root bound by any sense of the imagination. I can see lots of new growth on the roots. The screen is right there. There we go. I'm going to use the same pot because I like that round pot. And I don't think I have to do any root trimming on this at all. Ooh. No, I don't need to do any root trimming. It's happy. I just need to add some, and this retains quite a bit of water. It's been very healthy for the through the winter months. I'm going to add a couple of handfuls of the compost that I got, that I made in a potting soil. The compost without the fertilizer that I use. Huh. Roots were starting to go through the screen, which isn't necessarily bad. I'll just lay that screen back down on there. A little more. Okay. I do like this, the bonsai soil. It has black pumice akadama and black lava rock. Definitely don't need any more of that. Let's see if I can get it this way. I wanted it leaning this way, didn't I? Maybe this way. I really feel like it should be leaning a little more this way. That looks better. I may have to do a little bit of root trimming here. I think I will. It's such a hardy doer though. I'm not gonna have to worry too much about it. It's got such thick, strong roots. An alder can really put up with a lot of abuse. There we go. Yeah, that's much more what I was looking for right there. And from this angle, this actually does offset it in the pot back a little bit and then leans it a little bit more the way I wanted it to. I don't really like it rising up off the pot that much, but that's okay. Let me see if I can take care of some of these exposed roots here. This, I don't want to ruin the moss, but I love this root right here. Right here it's got this root, and I really like that root, but I don't like these so much. So I'm not gonna cut these roots off. I'm just gonna put them down a lot further and expose that one more. Tuck that in like that. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's gonna be better. Where did my... There we go. There we go. Oop, that's It's not as pretty, but once the moss starts growing, I'm not a huge fan of the, I guess it doesn't look too, it's not too lifted up over the pot, so it should be okay. I still don't like this side exposed so much though. Okay, I'm going to have to think about this again before I get everything completely settled. Alright, so here I have the bottom. I don't want to damage these main roots. Okay, I am going to remove the moss, but I'm going to save it because I like it. I don't actually remember whether I put that moss on the top on purpose or not. I'm not actually sure if cutting these few roots off would do much damage, but I'm gonna do it anyway. They just seem to mess with the look of what I'm trying to create. Oh, and here comes the hail. Another thing we've been getting far too much of. Glad I'm in here. Alright. There we go. That's better. Now at least I know more of what the roots are doing. It's weird. The roots seem to be doing what the branches are doing. The branches curve. The branches curve around that way, and so do the roots. I created unintentional mirroring. Alright. Alright, I think I'm glad I did that because now it's going to be a lot lower. Did I? Oh, I didn't put the screen in, which I'm gonna need. There we go. This over. There we go. In the back and leaning a bit. Like that. That is much more of what I was looking for. There we go. All right. I probably should wire it. Seems very, well, it's still really high in the pot, isn't it? My goodness. I just can't seem to get this right. Maybe I just have too much root mass. I don't think so. There, that's better. It gets a little better every time, but it's still really hard because I still don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to avoid using the tines so I don't damage the roots. Oh, I like this better. It's leaning just a little bit now, which is what I want. Yeah. Oop. Sorry, little moss. Up there, huh? Yeah? There you go. There we go. That's a lot better. A lot better. No more helter-skelter exposed roots, except this root is exposed, which is exactly how I wanted it. You can have some of your moss back now, especially like over here to kind of and there. And I'll go out and get some more from the concrete. All right. I got a generous amount of beautiful moss from down on the concrete, and I do have an extra, little container here for all the rest of it that I don't use on the tree, because I want to make sure if I have something a little later on that I want to add moss to, I can do it. I did my best to try to get it in large sheets. I think this is the best one. I'm going to try to get the seed holes off it. And then right across here. Maybe I should probably right to the edge, huh? There we go. Here in Oregon, moss grows like it's going out of style. We have a wonderful, wonderful environment for moss. Many people complain And there are lots of moss removal products. If only there were enough bonsai artists around here to go around and just pluck everybody's moss off their concrete. Yeah, I love the look of the bonsai soil that I got, but unfortunately it's just too attractive to the birds. I don't think I have to fill up every single space. Because this moss will fill up a whole lot of spots all on its very own. There we go. And I definitely don't want to cover up that root because I like it. I think it's extremely pretty. There we go. A couple of tiny little patches here. More, come on. There we go. That's much more what I was thinking of. It's back a little, so there's some space here in the pot. It's leaning just a little bit more to the side. And now I can consider exactly where to cut it. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this container here so we can actually see the tree on a level surface. All right, here is the tree as I like to look at it, and you can see the lovely sweeping nature of it, but it's as I said, it's unwieldy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off right here, and this part is the hard part. I was thinking of clipping this off, but that would make it just more unwieldy. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wire this back around to give it a more balanced look. And I'm going to try nipping this right here. I like that better. I'm probably gonna have to wire that little edge right there. This still retains a graceful look, and yet it's more compact. I know a lot of people might actually trim it right here, but I want this tree to actually be just barely uncomfortable to look at. I know that sounds silly. Why would you want to be uncomfortable? But my entire life, people have been telling me, well, I wouldn't have done it like that. And this tree, being an oopsie tree, an oopsie alder tree, really does exemplify me. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to shape this tree how everybody else would shape theirs. I want it to be interesting and just slightly what somebody else wouldn't do. Not to mention, I'm a beginner, so I still don't have all the interesting little information. I'm learning a lot, especially about how to repot, how to wire, how to feed, how to water, and the watering is really not a problem here. This is just part of my learning process. I'm very happy with how this tree turned out today, and now it's time for me to attempt either the rosemary or checking out some of the other babies. Obviously, these are going to need, these little conifers are going to need a lot more growing before I do anything with them. There's literally nothing to do with them. But it's time to move on to something else. Nighty night, oopsie alder.